What's up everybody, Z155 here, and today I am playing some more Pokemon Black 2 Mono Dark Run. We're going to be getting some stuff done today. Now, I've been a little bit inconsistent with uploading these videos recently. I want to apologize about that. I'm going to try to make it a little more consistent going forward. Maybe not one a day, but we'll see where we come, where we end up going with this. But I am going to say that I am very excited to really get this rolling, because today is going to be a big episode. So I'm going to be doing a lot today. We're going to be moving on to Route 4 and end up actually exploring past Castelia City, which is going to be awesome. I got some good stuff planned for today. We're going to be adding a new Pokemon to our team because I am playing on a Thursday, and I will explain very shortly why that is. But first, we got to talk to that guy we met in Castelia Sewers and hear like an absolutely one of my favorite themes in the game. Oh, it's you again. It's not an inconvenience. May I have a look at your Pokemon? I appreciate your cooperation. Oh, how interesting. Your Scraggy seems to display more self-confidence than others of the same species, and you're a trainer with merely 3 badges. Fantastic. I'm not sure how you're doing it, but you're bringing out the power of your Pokemon. Oh, excuse me. I'm a scientist. My name is Colress. The theme of my research is bringing out the power of Pokemon. Bring out the power of Pokemon. Is it possible to bring out their maximum power through the bond they share with their trainers, or do they share some other different method? I'd like to test my theory by battling with you. Do you find this acceptable? Of course I do. Either way, I'll be waiting on Route 4. It's just beyond here. So, Colress is one of my favorite parts of this game. You're going to be seeing him a lot throughout the game, and he is super cool. And he's got an absolutely kick-ass freaking elevator music theme. So we're going to end up battling him out here on Route 4. Which is going to be cool. I believe I have Scraggy in the first slot, which is definitely what I want. But before I do anything else, I'm going to end up battling this trainer here. Now, this is the first example of a breeder, which is a special type of trainer class in Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. That's actually a really, really, really important class, because every time you battle them and leave the area and then come back, the breeders, all the breeders will battle you again. And this is the first game that's like this, and I don't believe it's like this in future games. But it makes it so that there's a really, really consistent way to grind experience. Personally, as obviously by the fact that I haven't even battled this trainer before in this run, I'm not interested in doing that, and I'm not really going to be showing that off very often unless I get in some serious trouble. But this is definitely, since you get more experience from battling trainers than you do from wild Pokemon, easily the best way to train up your Pokemon before like a gym, for example. So if you were having trouble with the Castelia City gym, I would recommend coming here and just repeatedly battling this breeder to train. Like if you're doing like a Nuzlocke run or something and you really, really need to train up Pokemon, this is definitely the way I would recommend doing it. So I'm going to try not to battle this trainer every single time I walk past. So here's Colress right here. I'm not going to battle him just yet. I'm going to go ahead and battle the trainers that are over here in the sand where I caught my Scraggy and my Sandile. Since I could have battled these guys earlier, but I decided to wait until I was covering Route 4 as a whole. So this guy's got a Growlithe. Unfortunately, I don't have my Sandile out front, but I think Scraggy's got more than enough power in its Brick Break to take this thing out. Yep. Scraggy absolutely just slaying these kids, taking souls. But yeah, the layer levels are a little bit lower, just because I had access to these battles before taking on the gym. But fortunately, after we battle Colress and we have more of the route unlocked to us, we will end up fighting trainers with higher level Pokemon, so we won't just be steamrolling every single battle. Alright, I'm going to turn on my dowsing machine really fast to see if I can find myself some hidden items. So I'm going to go ahead and battle these fishermen over here. These guys have got some water types, but it's all the same to me since all I've got are dark types. We're actually going to have access to Basculin in the game. Basculin is a pretty strong Pokemon. Like, you wouldn't think that a basic Pokemon like this would be that strong, but it actually has really high attack and decent speed. Like, that actually didn't do bad damage, and I believe it has actually the ability Adaptability, which makes it so that its water types are even more powerful, which is kind of crazy, honestly. Yeah, it outspeeds my Scraggy when I have a plus speed nature. So, like, that's kind of crazy. And a crit me, which is just, classic, but regardless. Get that Moxie boost. Get some nice experience. Wants to learn Payback. Unfortunately, Payback, unless I move second, is actually weaker than Feint Attack, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep my moves. I believe. Yeah, I'd much rather have these moves. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Payback. It's definitely not bad, considering, like, Scraggy is the fastest Pokemon in the world, but I do actually have a plus speed nature, which incentivizes me to want to, instead of using Payback, to use moves that are higher base power normally. Like, if I had, like, a low speed Scraggy, it actually would be, like, really, really smart. Oh, I forgot I don't have any super potions. But yeah, if I had a low speed Scraggy, it would actually behoove me to run Payback, because it actually would end up doubling in power quite often. But so this is the Mystic Water I was talking about, how all 3 of the items would be available. We got the charcoal in the building in Castelia, then we got the Miracle Seed in Castelia Park, and then we got the Mystic Water right here. So all of them were available, like, right there. So it didn't really matter which one you picked whenever you talked to the girl in Castelia City. Whenever she was giving you these type boosting items, it didn't really matter which one you picked. So you don't really have to worry. It's only really if you want which one you want 2 of is the big thing that you should remember whenever you're picking that item, as I mentioned whenever we ended up getting it originally. So this guy's got the other form of Basculin. Basculin has got 2 forms. It's all cosmetic though, it doesn't actually change anything. So we're going to take out this blue Basculin in 1 hit thanks to the Moxie boost. Get some nice experience and move right along. I'm raking in the money right now too, because I've got the amulet coin equipped on my Scraggy. But now we can finally move on with the actual story content, talking to Colress. And then I showed off these battles that you could have done earlier, which is why all these Pokemon are so low level that we were fighting, you know, on average like level 16. But trust me, Colress is much stronger than that, so we're gonna go ahead and talk to him. I've been waiting for you. What's the matter? Interested in what's behind me? He's not mere Rux, but Pokemon known as Crustle, which is the evolved form of the Pokemon Dwebble, which we saw in the Castelia City Gym. Observe. With this device, I created the Energized Pokemon Isle. It does his little pose, and all the Crustle realize, oh geez, we gotta stop blocking the road. So thank you, Colress. Those Crustle, they're just lying there out of energy with their boulders on their backs. And we get to hear this awesome theme again. Team Plasma said we could recognize the potential of Pokemon and liberate them from humans. I disagree. Oh, conversely, it should be humans who bring out the hidden potential in Pokemon. Now that I think of it, I've never asked your name. Z-Man, I'll remember that name. Yeah, you should. Well then, I'll see, or test to see if you're a trainer who can bring out the hidden potential of Pokemon. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get in a battle with this cool guy. Look at that crazy hair he's got. He's just sent out a Magnemite. Fortunately though, even though Magnemite normally could be really tough for a lot of teams to take on at this point in the game, I have a Scraggy, so I'm just gonna click Brick Break and one-shot this thing. Oh, that's right, it's 30. Almost forgot. Thunder Wave is gonna be annoying, and since I don't have Shed Skin, I am actually just gonna have to hold that. But it shouldn't be that big of a deal, so I'll just finish this thing off with a Headbutt. Oh, he used a Super Potion. Alright, I'm getting wrecked. And I get fully paralyzed. Sick. Alright. That Spark shouldn't do very much to me though. Yeah, I'm not particularly threatened by that. But yeah, this Magnemite's level 21, so you can see the spike in power in comparison to those guys over there on the left. So I'm gonna try to hit this thing with a Headbutt here. Or I'm gonna get fully paralyzed again. Really awesome. Alright. You know what, I'm just gonna switch out to my Sandile here, since this is just getting asinine. Since Sandile is a ground type, the electric type moves are not going to affect it, so I'm just going to go ahead and go for Assurance, just finish off this Magnemite really fast. But yeah, as you can see, dark type attacks are actually not very effective against Steel, which is pretty cool. In this generation, it's like that, which makes Steel types better defensively, but in later generations, Dark type is no longer resisted by Steel, which is nice for all those Dark types out there. So this is a Pokemon we're not going to be seeing for a long time, but this is a Clink. It's just a pure Steel type. It's not too bad, but like I said, we're not going to be having access to this Pokemon for a long time. But thank goodness for me just having Sandtube to take this thing out. I'm going to do some solid damage. Yeah, that move he just used, Charge. It's an electric type move that increases the power of his next electric type move, and as well as you can see, increasing his special defense by 1 stage. Unfortunately, Sand Tomb is a physical attack, so I'm not concerned. Gonna take him out. Gonna get that pointless Moxie boost. Yeah, so we were able to take out Colress. We get to hear a little bit more of this theme as we talk to him at the end here. I see, just like the gym leaders in each area, the Elite Four champion of the Pokemon League. You bring out the power in your Pokemon by being kind. And that's right, my dark types. And that's the kind of person you are. I'm extremely grateful for your help. Here's a token of my gratitude. So he gives me a protein, which is a really, really nice item. It increases the base attack stat of one of my Pokemon, which is really, really good since all 3 of my Pokemon right now are physical attackers. So I'm going to have to think about which I'm going to give it to. Colress, it's so frustrating. If only we could talk to Pokemon in order to bring out their power. I might know a guy who could help you with that, but we'll see him much later. There's no way a person like that could ever exist. How about you ask some of your friends out there? I'm sure they'll tell you. I mean, you have to have heard of him. He was the leader of Team Plasma last game, but we're not going to talk too much about that. Well then, Z-Man, I hope to see you again sometime. Thanks, Colress. You're a cool guy. I absolutely adore that character, by the way. One of my favorite characters in the whole game. But now we finally have Route 4, available to us. Now, there's some serious stuff that's going on Route 4, but I'm just going to go ahead and show everything first as we approach it. So this is the girl who would trade Cottony for Petalil. So if you wanted a Cottony in a White 2, here you go. You can trade it for Petalil with one of your Petalils that you catch in the Castilia Park, and boom, you got yourself a Cottony. Obviously, for me, it's the other way around, since I'm in Black 2, but if you want this Pokemon, this is your chance to get it. They're also holding an item which is kind of almost unobtainable otherwise, so if you really, really want to get this Pokemon and get that item, it might behoove you to just do that anyway. I'm not going to bother, personally, but this is definitely helpful, especially if you're playing Black 2 and you want a Petalil, because like I said, Petalil is much better than Cottony, so if you really, really do want a Petalil, this is your chance to get it. And this guy's talking about how sandstorms, which are actually something we're going to be seeing later in the route, are immune to rock, steel, and ground. So rock, steel, and ground types will not take damage from the move Sandstorm. Also, I did not mean to do that. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this item right here, which is a Wide Lens. It increases the accuracy of your moves. I'm not really worried about that right now, but later in the game, it actually will end up being pretty helpful for Pokemon like my Scrafty, since I don't want to miss the move High Jump Kick, which we'll be getting later, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to keep on talking to these people. Yep, this guy, finally, I found the guy. This guy mentions that on Thursdays, which is the day that I am currently playing on, Pokemon will fly here, which is actually something really, really important, because that Pokemon is actually something I'm going to be catching. But this guy right here will give me some citrus berries, which is really, really nice. It's an upgrade version of the orange berries that we saw earlier. And that'll be something that'll be really helpful for whenever I'm using my Light Bird, because obviously with my Unburden ability, I want to give it an item that is consumed during battle. So I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of that. So I'm going to get ahead in here. This lady right here will mimic a Pokemon's cry in your party, and if you can guess it right, I believe she gives you something. So let's see if I can do it. That's my Sandile. Yep. Yep, and she'll give you a Poketoy the first time you do this. So that's really awesome. So pay attention to your Pokemon's cries. That's a pretty easy Poketoy. But yeah, there's nothing else in this house. Just wanted to show that off. It's a cool little mini game that you can play to quiz yourself on your party members. I'm gonna talk to this guy right here. Battle him real fast as I head over to the left to get into the nitty-gritty of this route where all the battles are. Going against Dell. Nice name, dude. He's got a Riolu, which is actually pretty threatening. Oh, I forgot to switch my Scraggy out from the front. This is actually this kind of sucks. I'm just going to go for Brick Break here. If I die, I die. Yeah, Force Palm. Unlucky. That's actually really, really threatening. This actually might have the ability Steadfast, so I might not even be able to flinch it with Fake Out. Yeah, I don't even think I'm going to bother. I'm just going to go for Return. I'm fairly certain that it has the ability Steadfast, which makes it immune to getting flinched. Oh, and Return killed in one hit anyway, so we're chilling. He's going to go ahead and go into his Growlithe. I should just be able to take this thing out with a pair of Returns there. Wow, almost one-shotted it. That's some diesel damage right there, Purloin. This is not a Purloin, this is a Liepard. You used to be a Purloin. So I'm gonna take out that Growlithe. Dude, that freaking Riolu just came out of nowhere. Alright, gonna really fast switch my Sandile into the front of the party since Scraggy is unfortunately just, you know, just dragging around his lifeless body. Gonna put my Amulet Coin on the Scraggy, or on my Sandile though, to get that extra money. Gonna put my Dowsing Machine back on too. It's down there. But yeah, you can find the same Pokemon up here that you could down below in Route 4. They're the same levels, so there's no point in waiting to catch them. If you wanted to catch them, you should have already. But in reality, if you do still want to catch the Pokemon that became available on Route 4, I do actually recommend at this point waiting just a little bit longer, because there's an area that we're going to come across very soon that actually ends up having these Pokemon at a higher level. So go ahead and battle this herd here. Ooh, Intimidate. That's actually kind of rough for me. I'm going to end up doing a lot less damage because of that, but we're going to see if we can make this work. I'm going to go ahead and go for Sand Tomb. Wow! That did 0! I guess that's the magic of -1 attack. Holy crap, that did nothing. Alright, I'm gonna go for a Mud Slap. Try to prevent this thing from hitting me, lower its attack, or accuracy. Cause seriously, like, that's ridiculous how little damage that did. But Sand Tomb plus my Mud Slaps will chip this thing away, and hopefully I won't die to just one attack. Seriously, like, Mud Slap is doing almost as much as freaking Sand Tomb was doing. Oh my god, that did so much. I'm getting destroyed by this herd here. I guess I'll just keep going for Mud Slap. He's -3 accuracy, and he nails me anyway, so that's a death for my freaking Sandile. Man, this is not going well. Hopefully my Liepard can handle the rest of this battle, though. Yep, that is enough to take it out. So I'm going to level up to level 24 here. Now, how close am I to the place where you get to heal around here? I know there's a place, yeah, right here, where somebody will heal your Pokemon. Yep, this lady right here will heal your Pokemon, so don't have to worry about going all the way back to the Pokemon Center, which is nice. So I can head back out there. We're into a wild Pokemon, unfortunately. Just gonna run away from this thing real fast. Grab this item right here, which is a fantastic item for me, by the way, especially considering I'm using a Sandile. It's the TM28 Dig. That is a great move. It is an 80 base power ground type move that takes 2 turns to activate, but that's not really that important in-game purposes. But this move is insane, and I'm definitely going to be teaching it at least to my Sandile. Get rid of Sand Tomb because this thing is just low power in reality. It chips away nicely and it like prevents them from switching, but the boost in power from 35 to 80 is just way too much for it not to be worth it. So that's really, really good. It's gonna help me a lot. My Sandile just went from pretty good to like insane. I'm also gonna pick up this hidden item that's right here, which is a Hyper Potion, which restores 200 HP. And now I believe this battle can be done as a double battle, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to do it as a double battle. Yeah. Oh, apparently not. I was wrong. Apparently they don't like fun. So we're going to go ahead and battle this guy's Darumaka. This thing is about to get absolutely just wasted by this Dig. Like, this guy's... he doesn't realize what's about to happen. This poor Darumaka. Gonna miss an uproar because I am obviously on the ground, and then boom. That is so dead. Rip that Darumaka. They'll be remembered fondly. Yeah, real talk. This thing, my freaking Sandile just went from being like decent to being ridiculous, and it isn't even evolved yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and battle this other Roughneck. Heading into the gang territory or whatever the heck this is. He's got a Venipede. This thing is about to get, like I said, wasted by this thing. Like, we're talking drop. I'm not sure if this man understands. Oh, yeah, nice protect, dude. That's really going to save you from this 2-turn move. Boom. Now, I would be surprised. Wow, it actually did less than I expected. That Poison Tail, ooh, it's going to poison me, unfortunately. But I am just going to finish this thing off with an Assurance. Oh my god, he's protect. You're so annoying. Freaking poison stalling me out here. But I am going to finish it off. Or he's going to double protect because it's fun. This poison is chipping away at me, bro. Come on, finish him off. There we go. Jeez. Get that Moxie boost. Hopefully his next Pokemon can die to Assurance, because I don't want to have to keep racking up poison damage underground and dig. He's got a Sandile. That is not dying to Assurance. Wait, and he's got Intimidate. Alright, I'm getting the heck out of here. Like, I'm swapping. You're crazy if you think I'm staying in. Alright, he's gonna go for Assurance. That's gonna do absolutely just diddly squat. And I'm gonna take this thing out with the Brick Break. This thing is so dead. Like, ultra dead. Boom. Easy peasy. So I'm gonna go heal, because I don't want my Sandile just dying to poison real fast. So I'm gonna run back real fast to heal. And she's talking about how there's a sandstorm. Don't worry, deeper into the road, there's an area that we're actually going to come across that actually is in a sandstorm. So maybe I want to switch out my Sandile, because I want to be using my Sandile mostly in that area, since it's immune to the damage from the sandstorm. So maybe I might put my my Scraggy in here, get it some training. Yeah, I think that's a decent idea. Just gonna move the Amulet coin onto Scraggy real fast to get that extra money. I'll go ahead and pick up this item right here, which is a Stardust. It's gonna be sold at shops for some money. Gonna battle this youngster right here. Yeah, he wanted to become a bad dude, so he's hanging with these roughnecks. Yeah, I don't know how good of an idea that is, youngster Sinclair, with your P-Dove. Real talk, you think this is a bad matchup for me, but I'm actually just gonna Brick Break this thing, and it's probably just gonna die. Oh, it used Attack because you're really cool. All you're doing is wasting my time. Alright, Brick Break, boom. It's probably gonna die. Oh, wow, it didn't die. Alright, I'm the Vega. I'm actually out here trolling. Doesn't matter. Just gonna smack the thing with a Feint Attack. Get this freaking cheap damage with Quick Attack. I hate you. But I am gonna finish off his P-Dove. Youngster Sinclair out here just trolling me. I'm triggered. Alright, go ahead and talk to this guy. Do it on the motorcycle. It doesn't get more wild than this, huh? Biker Stanley, let's get it. He's got a Zubat. Alright, this is actually a bad matchup. But you think I'm gonna back down? Nah. We click Feint Attack. I'm a man. Wow, it did so much more damage than I thought it would. Real talk. That Astonish also just did peanuts. That actually did nothing. Alright, boom, Headbutt. Dead Zubat. Gonna level up to level 24 here. Get that Moxie boost too. He's gonna go into his Timber. That's actually pretty threatening, but I am +1, so I think this Brick Break should do some solid damage. Just wow, that did so much. This Wake Up Slap though, this is gonna KO me, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunate. But we can pick up the cheap KO by going into my Life Bird and just clicking Fake Out, just in case of anything crazy. I don't want him using some kind of crazy fighting type move on me. So I'm just gonna take him out real fast. Alright, I don't want to show this on camera every single time. Me walking back to get freaking healed, so I'll just cut to whenever I get my Pokemon healed up. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back at it. Gonna go ahead. Also, you can see right there what we're looking for. That kid earlier who was talking about flying type Pokemon coming around on Thursdays, that is what we are looking for. Not only is it a flying type, that is actually a dark type, which means, as you guys all know, we're going to be adding it to our team. So that is our next member we're going to be catching over there. It is Mandibuzz, and since we can see it, I might as well talk about it. So on Thursdays, in Black 2 only, you have access to a special Mandibuzz, which is an insanely powerful Pokemon, dark and flying type, that has its hidden ability. I don't think I've talked about hidden abilities before, but it's an ability that's available exclusively for Pokemon obtained through unorthodox means. This is the first example of us being able to obtain one in-game without using the Dream World, which is where you normally will be able to obtain hidden ability Pokemon. This is the first example of that. So I am going to be catching it in a moment. I'm going to do this double battle first. But this one has, instead of having anything else, has the ability Weak Armor, which actually makes it so that every time it takes a hit, its defense will lower by 1 stage, but its speed will be raised by 1 stage, making it so that it actually turns into a pretty fast kind of sweeping Pokemon, which is a little out of character for Mandibuzz. Honestly, if it didn't have its hidden ability, I think that Mandibuzz would actually be even better than it already is. But the thing that makes this ridiculous is that Mandibuzz normally evolves at like a hilariously high level. Like, I'm talking level 40 something, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's 48, maybe even 52, which makes it so that it's so impractical for you to actually evolve a Volibee, which is its pre-evolved form, into a Mandibuzz in the actual game in a timely fashion. Which is what makes this so nice, is that since this thing, we're going to be catching it at a ridiculously lower level than we normally can have it, you know, than it's normally available, we're actually going to be able to use Mandibuzz on our team, and it be reasonable, which is fantastic. The other thing that's fantastic about catching Mandibuzz for our team is that it's actually a really, really strong defensive Pokemon, which is why I said it's a little out of character that it has access to Weak Armor, because it's not really meant to be like a fast sweeper, but it's still fantastic. Like I said, honestly, it might even be better if it had its basic abilities, but that doesn't matter because we're getting a fully evolved Pokemon available at level 25, spoiler alert, ridiculously early. Now, in these kinds of situations, I do recommend saving. I'm not going to bother because, again, I'm doing a Let's Play, so I'm not just going to sit here and save. But I do want everybody to know that before you do any kind of battle that's in the field like this, I highly recommend you save. I'm not going to bother. I've done a few test playthroughs of this, and it normally isn't that hard to catch this thing. So hopefully I just get lucky. But yeah, we're just going to rock and roll. So I'm just going to give myself a second to prepare. I'm going to count really fast. I'm going to make sure I have Pokeballs for this. And then we are going to be right back. Alright, so I've got my Pokeballs ready. We're going to go ahead and try this. I just did a test capture. I thought of a nickname also, which is cool. So we can have this in advance. And I'm going to go ahead and battle this Mandibuzz. Level 25, by the way. This is pretty solid. So this thing has the move Pluck from my preliminary testing, so I might just die here to Scraggy, but I'm going to start off with a quick ball. So I wanted to quickly talk about the counterparts to Mandibuzz, which is Braviary. Braviary is a Pokemon that is absolutely fantastic as well. In White 2 only on Mondays, instead of catching Mandibuzz here, you can catch Braviary. Now, it also has its hidden ability, just like Mandibuzz, but instead of having a bad hidden ability that doesn't really work for the Pokemon, it actually has an insanely powerful hidden ability in Defiant. And what Defiant does is it actually, every time one of your stats gets lowered, your attack increases by 2 stages, which is ridiculous for Braviary because it's a physical attacker. It has access to flying type moves, normal type moves, fighting type moves, so it's actually a really, really fantastic Pokemon. And other than Drillbur, at this point in the game, it's the best Pokemon that you can have. Like, it's so ridiculous, it's insane. And what makes this so awesome is, again, it's a Pokemon that normally evolves like level 50 something, and you actually have access to it this early in the game, which is insane. But I'm gonna go ahead and nickname our Mandibuzz. So if you look at Braviary, it's easily an S+. Mandibuzz, unfortunately, due to its hidden ability being kind of less than optimal, I'm just gonna give it a B+, but it's still fantastic. Like, don't get me wrong, it's ridiculous. But I'm serious, whenever I was sitting there thinking, doing a test capture and all that, it just like smacked me in the face. I said, dude, this is a genius nickname. I'm gonna nickname it Beatrice, because even though it's not a raven, it's super fitting, because Swain's bird in League is obviously like an evil bird. It's like a dark bird, and this is a dark bird. So like it keeps the theme of like League stuff while also just being super fitting. So I'm gonna check out this Mandibuzz right here. Hasty nature, lower defense, increased speed. It fits the theme of weak armor. I'll take that. I'll actually accept that. It fits the theme of weak armor. I think that's the same nature as my Scraggy too. Yeah, it actually is the same nature. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, so it's actually a pretty decent nature. I'm satisfied with that. It's with the theme of weak armor, so I'll accept it. Even though it's definitely more meant to be a tank, it could be a lot worse. So, awesome. Brand new Pokemon added to our team. We've got Beatrice the Mandibuzz. So really, really cool. But yeah, seriously, these two Pokemon are insane. Mondays only, you can get Braviary. Thursdays only, Mandibuzz. And I'm super excited to use Mandibuzz. I've actually never used it before. So, really, really awesome. So we finally add another Dark type to our team. Really, really excited to use it. I'm gonna go into the next area before I decide to end this video that we're gonna be exploring. We're gonna head up here to the Desert Resorts, which is an area that actually has some new wild Pokemon available to us. So if we talk to these guys, they're talking about if you go to the gate, you can go to the Desert Resort where the Relic Castle is located. You can finally see the sandstorm kicking up around us that I was talking about earlier. Oh, this is actually a Pokemon that we can catch in the Desert Resort. I was hoping we wouldn't run into it in our first wild battle so that I wouldn't have to give it a bio in this video, but I'll talk at length about this Pokemon in the next video because it's almost a meme because of how loved and yet hated that Pokemon is. But yeah, we're not gonna worry about that. Gonna head into this little gate here. Yep. So, boom. Desert Resort. So we'll handle this next episode. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. This one has been a little bit of a mess in the making, but we finally add another Dark type to our team, right? Mandibuzz. We go through Route 4. We battle Colress, right? Great stuff. So it's a pretty successful episode in my opinion. So I'll go ahead and see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.